Almost half a century after the king of rock and roll passed away, there have been shocking rumors about his tomb being opened. Why would Elvis Presley's grave be considered for opening? And what are investigators looking for? Born on January 8, 1935, in Tupelo, Mississippi, Elvis Aaron Presley was the second of two twins. His brother, Jesse, was stillborn, which left him to grow up as an only child. His parents were hard-working but financially struggling, which meant that Elvis's early years were marked by modesty and simplicity. Despite the hardships, his mother ensured that his life would be full of love and music. The Presley family was deeply religious, and Elvis's initial exposure to music came from the church. The vibrant gospel music he heard during services profoundly influenced him, shaping his unique musical style that would later revolutionize the world. Elvis's voice was recognized early on when he won a talent show at the age of 10, singing Old Shep. The Presleys moved to Memphis to seek better opportunities, and it was here that Elvis began to develop his signature style. He immersed himself in the diverse sounds of Beale Street, the heart of Memphis's thriving music scene. It wasn't long before he picked up the guitar. His mother bought him his first guitar for his 11th birthday, a decision that would set him on the path to stardom. He attended L.C. Humes High School, where he was somewhat of a loner. He was different from his peers, with his slicked-back hair and unique fashion sense, which included pink shirts and black slacks. He was often bullied for being a mama's boy and for his eclectic taste in music. But he remained undeterred and continued to hone his skills, participating in talent shows and absorbing every ounce of musical knowledge he could. In high school, his talent began to shine through. He performed at the annual minstrel show, where his rendition of Till I Waltz Again With You left the audience in awe. It was clear that Elvis had a gift, and his confidence grew with each performance. After graduating in 1953, he took on various jobs, but always kept his musical aspirations alive. From his humble beginnings in Tupelo, his meteoric rise to fame began with his historic recordings at Sun Records. His unique sound was a fusion of blues, country, and gospel, which captivated audiences and set the stage for a new era of music known as rock and roll. With his charismatic stage presence and distinctive voice, he became a symbol of youthful rebellion and a hero to millions. His impact on the music charts was unparalleled. He had no less than 149 songs appear on the Billboard Hot 100 pop chart in America, with 114 in the top 40, 40 in the top 10, and 18 of those reaching number 1. His number 1 singles alone would spend a total of 80 weeks at the pinnacle of the charts, and his record sales were staggering, with estimates of over 1 billion records sold worldwide, making him the best-selling solo artist in the history of recorded music. Elvis's foray into film was equally successful, with 31 feature films to his credit, all of which enjoyed financial success. Elvis was not only a music sensation, he was a bona fide movie star. His 3 network television specials, including the '68 Comeback, are still celebrated as some of the most highly rated specials of their time. Elvis won 3 Grammy Awards, receiving the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award at the young age of 36, and was inducted into multiple music halls of fame, including pop, country, rockabilly, rhythm and blues, adult contemporary, and gospel. On the international stage, his acclaim was remarkable, considering that he rarely performed outside the United States, yet his records and films enjoyed popularity all across the globe. He was a cultural phenomenon whose first name alone would evoke recognition and admiration worldwide. Throughout his career, he broke barriers and set records that still stand today. His Las Vegas performances and his concert tours became legendary, often breaking attendance records. His style, a blending of raw energy and emotional expression, set the standard for live performances that other performing artists struggled to reciprocate. On August 16, 1977, the world was shocked to learn that Elvis had died at the age of 42, and this news spread like wildfire, leaving fans around the globe in disbelief and mourning. The circumstances surrounding his untimely death have been the subject of much speculation and intrigue over the years. Elvis was found unresponsive on the floor of his bathroom in his Graceland mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, by his then fiancée, Ginger Alden. She immediately called for help, and Elvis was rushed to Baptist Memorial Hospital. Despite all efforts by the medical team, he was pronounced dead at 3:30 p.m. The official cause of death was listed as a heart attack, but the autopsy report revealed a much more complex picture. Performed by Dr. Jerry Francisco, the Shelby County medical examiner, he found that Elvis had a significantly enlarged heart, weighing almost twice the normal size. This condition, known as hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, likely contributed to his sudden cardiac arrest. In the toxicology reports, it was revealed that several prescription drugs were present in his system, including high doses of opiates, barbiturates, and sedatives. Elvis's long-standing addiction to prescription medication was no secret to those who were close to him. He had been battling this addiction for years, often relying on his personal physician to provide him with the drugs he craved. This physician, nicknamed Dr. Nick, had been prescribing Elvis a shocking array of medications, including Quaaludes and Demerol. In the months leading up to his death, Elvis's health had been deteriorating rapidly. He had gained a significant amount of weight, and his performances had become increasingly erratic. He often appeared on stage in a daze, forgetting lyrics and struggling to keep up with the music. His entourage, including his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, had grown increasingly concerned about his well-being, but seemed powerless to intervene. One notable moment came during his iconic 1973 Aloha from Hawaii concert, where he had lyric cards for Burning Love held up for him. However, some fans claim he hardly looked at them, but just having them there was a safety net that he previously did not need. They contend that this was not due to any substance abuse, as often speculated, but rather a quirk that Elvis had dealt with for much of his career. On the day of his death, Elvis had been up all night, unable to sleep, and had taken several doses of prescribed medications throughout the night and into the early morning hours. At around 2:30 a.m., he retired to the bathroom, where he often spent long periods of time reading, and it would be there, several hours later, that his fiancée Ginger would find him unconscious on the floor. The news of Elvis's death sent shockwaves through the industry and beyond, and fans around the world went into mourning, holding candlelight vigils and leaving flowers at the gates of Graceland. The media went into a frenzy, with reporters and photographers descending on Memphis to cover the story. In the weeks and months that followed, questions began to arise about the circumstances that surrounded his death. Many fans refused to believe that their idol could have succumbed to something as mundane as a heart attack, and rumors began to circulate about possible foul play or a cover-up. In the years since, many of those who were closest to Elvis have come forward to shed light on his final days. Friends and family members have described a man who was deeply troubled, struggling with addiction and depression, and unable to cope with the pressures of his fame. As for the rumors about opening his tomb, they appear to be fueled by a mixture of fascination with his private life and the enduring mystery surrounding his death. The idea that we could get a closer look at the final resting place of such a public figure has sent ripples of anticipation through the Elvis-loving community. Whether any truth will emerge from these speculations remains to be seen, but the legend of Elvis Presley continues to captivate and intrigue fans around the world. The allure of his personal and private life remains as strong as ever. This fascination has led to persistent theories and rumors, some suggesting that Elvis might have faked his own death. Proponents of this theory cite several pieces of evidence, such as discrepancies surrounding his tombstone, where his middle name, Aaron, is curiously spelled as Aaron, a detail, they argue, could be a subtle clue left by Elvis himself to indicate that his burial was not legitimate. Another piece of alleged evidence fueling the fake death rumors is the sighting of Elvis in the background of an airport scene in the 1990 movie Home Alone. The scene shows a bearded gentleman in a turtleneck and sports coat standing over Catherine O'Hara's shoulder, resembling what many would expect an older Elvis to look like. His attire and mannerisms in this scene have sparked debates, with some seeing it as a hint of Elvis's continued existence in secret. Moreover, handwriting analysis has been another avenue pursued by those who believe Elvis is still alive. Some handwriting experts have scrutinized signatures, claiming that autographs from the years following his reported death appear suspiciously different from his earlier signatures. They suggest this could be evidence that someone else was signing on his behalf to maintain the illusion that he had passed away. The circumstances of his funeral have also raised eyebrows. Despite being a beloved public figure, the funeral was relatively small and private. His body was placed in a 900-pound copper coffin, which some argue would be unnecessarily heavy unless it was actually empty. Skeptics point out that the funeral took place quickly after his death was announced, leading them to question whether the hasty proceedings were designed to avoid scrutiny. Over the years, numerous individuals have come forward claiming to have seen Elvis alive and well long before his reported death. In fact, the phenomenon of sightings has become a cultural curiosity, with individuals from all corners of the globe claiming to have seen the icon in the flesh. The very first sighting was as mysterious as it was timely. Occurring the day after his death, a man bearing a striking resemblance to Elvis reportedly purchased a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires under the name of John Burroughs, an alias that Elvis was known to have used. As these theories and sightings accumulate, they contribute to the mythic status of Elvis Presley, blurring the lines between reality and legend. Whether these rumors are based in fact or are merely the result of fans' reluctance to let go of their idol, they ensure that Elvis remains a figure of intrigue and fascination. The legacy of Elvis Presley, thus, is not just in his music and films, but also in the enduring mystery and the vibrant fan culture that surrounds his memory. This vibrant fan culture has morphed into a variety of expressions, making Elvis Presley not just a historical figure, but a living part of popular culture. For many, his influence extends beyond his music and films. It reaches into the realms of spiritual, social, and even lifestyle elements, all of which underscore his enduring impact on fans around the world. Elvis Week, an annual event held at Graceland, his former home and now a museum, is a testament to this cultural phenomenon. Fans from all over the globe flock to Memphis to celebrate his life, participating in candlelight vigils, creating elaborate fan art, and exchanging rare memorabilia. It's a week-long festival brimming with music, storytelling, and camaraderie, illustrating the deep connection his fans feel to his legacy. The Elvis tribute artist phenomenon is another unique aspect of this culture. Across the globe, fans don elaborate jumpsuits and meticulously style their hair to embody their idol. These impersonators compete in contests judged not only on vocal similarity, but also on their ability to capture Elvis's charisma and stage presence. The dedication to detail is profound, with some even studying his mannerisms and speech patterns to perfect their portrayal. Moreover, some fans have elevated their devotion to what could be described as a quasi-religious level, viewing Elvis as a messianic figure who symbolizes love and unity. This blending of traditional religious practices with fan activities creates a unique cultural practice that further demonstrates the depth of his impact. The phenomenon of Elvis impersonator weddings in Las Vegas is another bizarre yet beloved tradition, where couples can have an Elvis impersonator officiate their wedding, serenading them with "Can't Help Falling in Love" as they exchange vows. This melding of kitsch and sentimentality has become a quintessential part of the Vegas wedding experience, attracting not just die-hard Elvis fans, but also those looking for a uniquely memorable way to tie the knot. In the digital realm, virtual communities where fans share rare concert footage, discuss his impact on their lives, and even role-play as Elvis in various scenarios have flourished. This online presence ensures that Elvis's influence transcends physical and generational boundaries, keeping his legacy alive in the digital age. Collecting memorabilia is another way fans connect with Elvis. Some dedicate entire rooms or homes to display their collections, which range from vinyl records and concert posters to personal items that once belonged to the king. The pursuit of these items is relentless, and the trade among collectors is a thriving subculture within the larger fan base. Even the trend of Elvis look-alike pets, where fans style their pets, particularly hound dogs, in miniature Elvis costumes complete with tiny wigs and sunglasses, is a testament to the light-hearted and deeply personal ways fans choose to celebrate his memory. Ultimately, the possibility of his tomb being opened taps into the deep-seated human desire to connect with and understand icons like Elvis Presley, whether driven by curiosity, disbelief in his death, or just a continuation of the myth-making that has always surrounded him. These actions reflect the profound and varied ways in which Elvis Presley remains a vital part of cultural discourse decades after his official passing. This ongoing dialogue between the past and present, fact and myth, not only keeps his memory alive, but also enriches the cultural landscape, demonstrating the powerful legacy of Elvis Presley. This ongoing dialogue between past and present, fact and myth, continues to enrich the cultural landscape, demonstrating the powerful legacy of Elvis Presley. The continuous fascination with the details of his life and death, and the possibility of new discoveries, ensures that his story is not static, but a living narrative that evolves with each generation. The idea of opening Elvis Presley's tomb, whether rooted in conspiracy theories or a genuine quest for truth, underscores a broader cultural phenomenon: the desire to demystify icons and understand them on a deeper level. This is not just about unearthing hidden facts, but about reaffirming the connection fans feel with Elvis. It's a testament to the deep emotional investments many have in his persona and the ways he has touched their lives. The myths surrounding Elvis do more than just speculate about his death. They serve as a vehicle for communal storytelling and shared experiences. These narratives allow fans to engage in a form of social interaction that is built around shared beliefs and activities dedicated to their idol's memory. This communal aspect of fan culture is crucial as it provides a sense of belonging and identity for many individuals. It allows them to be part of a community that is not bounded by geographical constraints, but is united by a common passion. Furthermore, the myth of Elvis possibly being alive serves as a coping mechanism for some, allowing them to deny the finality of his death and keep their idol forever young and vibrant in their minds. It helps perpetuate the idea of Elvis not just as a historical figure, but as an ongoing presence in contemporary culture. Elvis's impact is also evident in the commercial and artistic spheres. His image and music continue to be used in advertising, film, and television, embedding him within the fabric of popular culture. His influence on music, particularly rock and roll, is immeasurable. He paved the way for future generations of artists who cite him as a major influence on their own work. His home, Graceland, has become a pilgrimage site for fans, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. It stands as a monument to his life and career, filled with memorabilia and personal artifacts that offer insight into his private and public personas. The management of Graceland has been meticulous in preserving his legacy, while also adapting to new technologies and tourism trends to keep his memory relevant for new generations. In academic circles, Elvis is the subject of scholarly research that examines his influence on music, American culture, and the global entertainment industry. His role in the racial integration of music, his impact on the sexual mores of his time, and his contributions to the music industry are analyzed and debated, ensuring that his contributions are recognized not just in cultural terms, but also in socio-economic and historical contexts. As the discussions about opening his tomb continue, they will likely ignite new interest and perhaps even new revelations about his life and death. Whether or not the tomb is ever opened, the very discussion it sparks is a reflection of Elvis's undiminished significance in popular culture. It ensures that Elvis Presley, much like the myths that surround him, will remain an eternal figure in the landscape of American music and global celebrity. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.